Even after I switched from the Balgorn to the Hyperion, although I still fly the Balgorn as one of my primary ships, we have noticed that a lot less people are interested in shooting the Hyperion, but the moment I am spotted flying the Balgorn, all of a sudden all the big corps and all the big alliances become interested in shooting this thing down. So my corp gave my Hyperion a very interesting nickname. The Hyperion became the Bad Luck Hyperion, because the moment I switch to the Hyperion, our traffic usually dies off and we don't get any new target for a very long time. But the second I'm spotted in the Balgorn, then the traffic becomes very alive again, and we do get some very nice targets when I fly the Balgorn. Now this is the Bad Luck Hyperion, although this ship is still very good. I absolutely love flying this thing. Currently my tankiest ship in the fleet, well, the second tankiest ship in the fleet. There is one more ship that is a little bit more tanky than this, or a lot more tanky, depends how you look at that. Now, last time I told you that I will try out the large rifled railguns, and here you can see that I still have one more rig to replace. That little tier 2 rig needs to be tier 3. I will replace that very soon. As for everything else, well, everything is so far working quite well. Let me just swap the scrambler into a point. There we go. Okay, nice. Now I'll be using the rifled railguns this time around. They should have around 100 kilometer range, and in this case I'm not going to be missing 90% of targets that are flying in. So with that being said, it will be time to undock the Bad Luck Hyperion. And well, it looks like we have a fleet approaching us. The primary target is the Raven. That Raven did go down very quickly. That was a nice target and a nice kill. Secondary target, the Drake. There is also one interceptor that jumped in, but the interceptor did leave the fleet and they warped away. And the Drake is also going down, already into hull. Well, nice. Very interesting. Not quite sure what happened to the rest of the fleet. The local was full with reds, but only 2 ships showed up. Very interesting. Well, I have a good feeling about this. I have a feeling like we are about to get jumped, and this is a Abaddon landing. Well then, that's 1000% a bait Abaddon. Let's take a look at what happens to the local now. 13 in local, Abaddon lost shields. The Abaddon seems to be burning away from the gate. Local spiking, yep, that was a bait, excellent. 18 in local. I believe there is more ships on the way. That means it's time to notify everyone. Okay, that's been completed. 21 in local, okay. Now let's see what ships they bring to the field. 21 still, okay, only the Abaddon is now on the gate, 50 kilometers away from me. That is within my optimal range. Okay, yeah, that's a PvP Abaddon. They are using armor plates. 21 in local. This is about to be fun. Okay. A very tanky Abaddon. A Raven and another Raven landed. A battle cruiser as well. The Abaddon is slowly going down, although I believe we are going to switch primary targets. Shooting down the Abaddon will take a while, and I believe that tier 8, that battlecruiser will be the next primary target. There is more ships landing. Okay, more battleships are on the way. Swapping primary target to the battlecruiser. They are losing shields very quickly. We lost one ship. Battlecruiser is now into armor and they are falling down quickly. Let's not get stuck at the gate. Battlecruiser is now in hull. Okay, one ship destroyed. A lot more left to be destroyed. We have 2 ravens and a couple rocks. Okay, the next primary is going to be the tornado. Although it looks like the tornado is using a micro drive, so if I'm not able to hit the tornado, then I'll swap the primary target to the raven. Okay, let's lock on the next ship. The tornado is now going a little bit away, so that means I will swap primary targets. The raven is the next primary target. They are approaching and they are shooting at me. They are within optimal range. Let's see what else do we have here. We have a lot of battleships. Okay, let me maneuver the ship towards the raven. The raven is still the primary target. Looks like the raven is using shield extenders as well. And they are using rapid missile launchers. Although they're orbiting a little bit outside of their optimal range. Swapping targets to Abaddon for a bit. After that, the next primary after the Abaddon will be the raven again. Okay, the Abaddon has couple plates enabled. Raven lost shield hardeners. Raven lost shield extenders, not hardeners. And they are using large group boosters. Very interesting. Swapping targets to Raven. The shield on the Raven slowly going down. Looks like I'm their primary target. My armor holding out very well. Raven in hull. Okay, Raven has been destroyed. The next primary target will be the rock. They are very close. That rock losing shields very quickly. Very interesting, because rock is supposedly a shield tank. Although this rock for some reason is a armor tank. Well, that's the next primary target. The Abaddon is in hull. Not everyone is focusing fire. That's a little mistake that we are doing here at the moment. I am going to slowly approach the rock. They are webbed and scrambled. Okay, let's see what else do we have here. We have more rocks. Although the Abaddon will be the primary target after the rock. Okay, rock has been destroyed. Let's go after the Let's try to shoot down that Abaddon. Although I would rather shoot the Raven or the second rock, because those ships should go down faster than the Abaddon. So far, everyone holding out very well. The Abaddon has popped 2 armor plates at the same time. They are at a little bit under 50% hull. Looks like they stopped shooting at us. That means they are preparing to jump through the gate. Let's see if we can shoot them down before that happens. The tornado is back. 2 battleships have jumped through the gate. We will most likely miss the Raven. Let's try to shoot down the last remaining ship on the field, the tornado. The tornado still has around 30 seconds timer, so I believe that this tornado will be destroyed, but let's find out. Alright, nice. And that's how you clear a fleet. That was a very good fight. That was a good victory. Unfortunately, we did not manage to shoot down that Abaddon. The Abaddon did jump through the gate, but still was a very nice fight. We did get a lot of their ships. To be accurate, we blew up 8 of their ships. We lost like 2 or 3 ships. Well then, let's go and smash the next camp. This one is going to be an interesting one. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 Dominix battleships. 5 Dominix battleships. Okay, very interesting. The Dominix that's in armor is going to be the primary target. The bubble was already destroyed, so they don't have a bubble, but they have 4 or 5 battleships. 1 Dominix is in hull and going down quickly. Okay, 1 Dominix has been destroyed. Let's focus on the next one. They did stop shooting, so they are preparing to jump through the gate. 1 Dominix jumped. Let's try to shoot down the next one. They don't have much of a tank, but they have DPS. Let's try the last Dominix. They are in hull. Well, they were in low armor, not in hull, and all of them jumped through the gate. Well, that was nice. We did shoot down 2 of their ships. I came a little bit late to participate in shooting down the bubble, but the bubble and 1 Dominix have been destroyed. Well then, let's go towards the next target. We have a Dominix 2. Now that Dominix 2 is quite familiar to me. Let's go and try to... well, actually I can't weapon point them. This is not the Balgorn. This ship does not have bonus on web range or Nosferatu efficiency and strength and stuff like that. This Dominix has a very good looking nanocore. Kinda reminds me on the nanocore that I have on Balgorn. And well, that Dominix was destroyed. And this was a 9.2 billion ISK Dominix kill. Oh man, that was a very expensive boat. A very expensive space boat. I mean space potato. Next target we have a Macario. Let's try and engage the Macarial. They landed outside of the bubble, and that's a lot of target painters on that battleship. That's a lot of target painters, but unfortunately that Macarial did have a little bit of luck, and they did, for some reason, land right outside of the bubble, and of course they did manage to warp away. We did not shoot down that faction battleship. And while I was talking about the Macarial, that was a prophecy command that was destroyed in a split second. The next target, another prophecy. This prophecy was also destroyed in a split second, did not even have enough time to lock on. So yeah, let's just go towards the next target. Nereus Combat, a very interesting boat. I actually never flew this thing, and honestly not quite sure what's like the purpose of a Nereus Combat. It might be in the name, I don't know, it might be a combat ship, but I kind of was never really, you know, attracted by this ship. But who knows, that might change if I end up having a good idea for a Nereus Combat. And that was a nice kill. Next target we have a Mauler. You might be wondering, why did I include a Mauler? Well, this Mauler is red, and this Mauler is part of the fleet that did jump us a couple minutes ago. So this Mauler is going to be added to the destroyed ship list of the previous fleet. That would be 9 ships that we have destroyed of the fleet that tried to jump us. We have a Rapture, also kind of allied with the fleet that did attack us a little bit earlier, and well, that would be ship number 10. Also very nice little Rapture. Next target, we have a Drake. Now, one of the things that I like about rifled rails is the range. I have enough range to hit targets even at 100 kilometers and even beyond 100 kilometers. This Drake is well within the optimal range, and as we can see, I'm doing some good damage on the Drake. This Drake has a very good looking nanocore, or a very good looking skin, not quite sure what this is, but in any case, it looks good. They are now into armor. They have been webbed and scrambled. They should go down any moment now. Was that a armor tank Drake? What? Well, yeah, that was a armor tank Drake, the first one of its kind that I have ever seen. And we have... what is this? Oh, we have a interdictor, and the interdictor did warp away because I focused fire on the wrong ship. Oh well, was still a very nice attempt. For a moment I thought that we are going to get jumped for a third time or a second time today. Well then, that was a very interesting weekend for us. All of these ships were destroyed on weekend. Well, the last weekend, not quite sure when this will be uploaded. But is the Hyperion still the bad luck Hyperion? Well, that depends from my corp mates. I don't have a say in that. They did give that nickname to this poor Hyperion. Although I have to admit, the Balgorn definitely not as tanky as this Hyperion. Not quite sure if I did mention this before, but my Hyperion is 2.5 times tankier than my Balgorn, and I believe that's why a lot of fleets that did promise that they will shoot down my Balgorn, that's why they stopped flying through. Mostly because besides having other big boats, we have a super big boat waiting for them in most in most cases. That's also partially the reason why I believe not many fleets are flying through, but I believe that will be changed, because I have a lot of fun flying the Hyperion, and I'm starting to really appreciate the ridiculous tank on this ship. It can truly tank over 15 battleships without a problem, over 15 PvP built battleships, but it can tank around 2 glass cannon strikers, and that's also pretty impressive because that's around 15,000 DPS. But in any case, hope that you enjoyed. That was a very nice run with the Hyperion. Very nice fight, and again, good fight to everyone who participated. It was fun, I think, for both sides. And with that being said, hope that you enjoyed. Stay safe, fly safe, and I'll see you next time.